Alright, yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Tucker, and I'm today ain't been my day for technology. So I was like, okay. So I started last night, and there is a reason I'm making this. I'm getting to that reason. But so last night I was on the way home from my girlfriend's house, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna play Destiny, and we're just gonna chill. We're gonna enjoy the rest of our night, just have a good time. I get home, take my shoes off, load up Destiny, right? Well, it's really choppy and it's laggy, and it's like, okay, whatever. It does that sometimes. Maybe my internet's just mid, you know. It was kind of late at night, so I was like, okay. So the internet company is probably like, nah, people ain't up them, so they don't need it. And I was like, okay. I go to bed. And I wake up this morning. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. I watched an episode of like Jujutsu Kaisen or something. I just chilled. Went to sleep. Wake up this morning. I'm like, okay, well, let's try it again. And I was like, okay. So I loaded up, and it's still laggy, choppy, just overall just kind of mid. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, that sucks. And it said my VRAM was over like a lot, like 800 or something more than it was supposed to be, and I was like, okay, cool. Well, I've dealt with this before. I had for a hot minute. I had my HDMI plugged in to the wrong HDMI port in the back of my computer. Whatever. And so I unplugged it and I plugged it back in, and I was like, okay, well that's not the problem. And so I was like, okay, cool. And so I was like, okay, whatever. I'll just maybe I just need some new RAM. Maybe it's just something like that. It could be, and I don't know. I still haven't got it fixed. I'm still waiting on a fix because today has just snowballed with technical problems that I don't feel like dealing with right this second. So I was like, okay, cool. And I was like, okay. So, well, let me try and see if I can play any other games. Oh, I got in contact with one of my friends that I work with, and I didn't work tonight, and he was like, okay, so you're probably just running out of like virtual storage, not storage that like just something like that, just something off the wall. And I was like, okay, cool. And he sent me to this website, and I was like, okay, cool. And I followed the directions, and I was like, okay, cool. So maybe now it'll work. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, then I had to go with my brother and help him get gas and all that. I was like, okay, whatever. I get back, and well, it still didn't work. And I was like, okay, cool. So maybe I'll just try another game. I'll try to play something less demanding. I'll try to play like Skyrim or Oblivion. Well, Oblivion works, Skyrim doesn't. And I was like, okay, whatever. And I was like, because I don't know, I kind of just got like a hair to make a video. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, anywho, and so, I kept trying to find fixes, look for stuff like that. And well, I didn't ever find anything concrete. And so, I still don't know what's up with it. But back to what I was saying. So, I was like, oh dang, I called my girlfriend, and we played we like talked on the phone, played a game together, like one of those old mobile games. And it was cool, it was fun, because my friend said he called me when he got out of work, and the store closed 30-ish minutes ago, and so I should be getting a phone call from him at some point, and so I was like, okay, well in the meantime, I'm gonna make a video on Oblivion. And well, I go to launch OBS, right? That's what I'm using right now. I'm using OBS, right? Cool, fancy, dancy, cool. Well, let me go ahead and show you what I walked into. Do you notice anything missing from my screen? Oh, wait a minute. You can't see my screen, and neither can I. But this still works. This works swimmingly. So that's great. OBS also decided to poop the bed. Cool, cool. And I was like, okay. So I look up, how to fix it and all that. And I was like, okay, cool. I went through, I fixed, I fixed it, and I was like, okay, cool. Now you can see my screen and everything looks great. Looks good. I go and I start playing Oblivion. I get through like the sewers and all this and all that. Just expressing the same story that I'm telling you now. Until I go to end the video, and I go back and I rewatch the videos just to make sure everything looks good. There's no depending, deciding if I want to upload or not. As someone would. And so I was like, okay. Well, I go and I look, right? I'm like, okay. When I tell you that's what the whole video looked like, I have never had a just all the wind blown out of my sails, just everything. And I was just like, wow, today just ain't my day for technology. And I don't know. I don't know the next time you're gonna see me record something or upload something. It could be tomorrow. It could be 20 minutes from now. It could be 6 months from now. I know y'all don't. I believe it or not, I don't upload a lot just because I don't usually have a lot of time to record stuff. But I was like, okay, well, hey, at least we could start a new series while I fix my computer and work on it. But no, God forbid I get to, just, take 5 and record a video for you guys to watch. Because, I mean, the last Destiny video I did, which did really well, I think. It did pretty good, I'd say. It's just like, imagine you make a sandwich, right? And you eat that entire sandwich, and then afterwards you're like, huh, that bread was that bread was pretty good. And then you go to make you another sandwich, and then you see that all the stuff you made expired 6 months ago, and you're like, well, dang. Now I just kind of don't now you just don't really know how to feel about yourself because you say expired food that probably had mold on it. It's just like why? But yeah, I just thought I'd go ahead and post this. Maybe it'll upload. Hopefully, that's cool. Like maybe that'd be nice. But anyway, I guess I'll catch y'all either 6 months from now or whenever my computer decides to figure itself out, or whenever I can figure out what's going on with it. Cause I don't know. I don't know. But anywho, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.